Hi Leo, and welcome to your General Energies Tarot reading. I'm going to pull a card here to look at what your energies are, who you are for the rest of February. So this tarot reading will be covering the period of now until February 28th. So let's see, Leo, who are you? Oh, nice. Look at that. Your own energy, the lion, feeling very empowered. A lot of connection to family over the next 2 weeks for sure with this. Lion, higher calling. You have within you all the courage you need. Let go of the past and reclaim your majesty. You will find success and contentment with those by your side. Make noble choices for your life and your tribe. So, Leo, this is definitely a period of connection and family and feeling empowered, doing what's right, acting upon integrity rather than instinct or desire. If you're triggered emotionally, instead of reacting and, going to somebody else's lower level, it's pulling your energy back and staying in your power and choosing not to engage. I just see Leo's energy as wanting a change. I want better. I want better in this situation. I want better in life. I want better in myself. I want to make better decisions. I want a better relationship. There's some element of you that's just desiring more than what is before you. And it's like this inner knowing of the potential of what life could be for you. And this is actually really deep, honestly. And, I'm not surprised based on all the other readings I've done. This last 2 weeks of February is incredibly spiritual. Spirit is just coming into everybody's life and kind of shaking them up, stirring them up, healing old wounds, bringing in these beautiful blessings. And for Leo, it's as though you are in your finest hour of courage, of empowerment, of doing what's right for the greater good. Really a deep sense of sacrifice going on here. But it's like you are doing this sacrifice because you believe this is the path, this is what I must do to achieve that happiness, that potential that I feel just turning inside of me that I cannot let go of. So wow, Leo, that's pretty deep. So let's pull some soul cards here to gain more insight. And these cards don't have a description, don't have a title, don't even have a book. It's all about the imagery. So when I show the card, definitely go with what you're feeling intuitively as you look at the card. And there's the bottom one, which here's kind of this void and wanting the happiness, seeing the potential that exists without. Okay, so, oh, look at that. Very interesting. Leo, with this being the card, I see Spirit's hand involved in your life, but right now, you're being blocked. You can't see the future, but this is intentional and interesting because I saw a very similar message in your spirit guide message video I did, but I perceived it more as you blocking. What's coming through in this reading is Spirit is literally blocking the communication between you and another person, blocking you and another person from being able to see eye to eye, being able to meet in the middle, being able to reconnect, being able to connect at all. This is so deep. It's not surface. When I say not being able to connect, there may be some relationships in your life, friend, family, coworker, lover, that you're entertaining because you feel like that is the right thing to do. That's the noble thing to do out of a sense of obligation, commitment, whatever. And the thing is, you're being blocked from the truth of it. There's deeper meaning to this. There's a lot of soul growth to this. So even though you're acting upon your greater good. And this is where the sacrifice comes in, okay? You're acting upon your greater good. This is a higher calling. This is your soul. It's almost like a rites of passage in a sense for some of you, where I'm finally going to overcome this cycle of behavior, of thinking, of, repeated events, whatever it is for you. But Spirit's blocking you and somebody else from connecting because that's not who you really belong with, even though from the higher sense you're like, that's what I should be doing. If friendship, you can't see eye to eye because you and this person are not on the same wavelength, regardless of history, all of it. It's like Spirit's blocking that vibe because it doesn't belong in your life anymore, okay? Those of you where you're separated from somebody right now, you're both kind of blind to the potential of what Spirit has in store for you guys, either bringing you back together or what's in store for you guys outside of each other down the road. This is definitely like a period of deep spiritual growth, but not in the sense of like doing all of this hard work and suffering. And it's more of a surrender within, and this wisdom is just coming up from the depths of you. And I don't know. Wow, Leo, this is a huge shift. Next card. Wow. Next card out. Look at that. Look at that card. And these soul cards, they've just taken readings to a whole new level for me. I love it that it's all about intuition. It's not about the artist or whoever created these. They just were guided by Spirit and made images, and this is just like spiritual shorthand, as Medium Heather would call it. So this right here, this is gorgeous, because do you see this angel now? And now we are awake. The hands are up and open and free. So I am seeing in many of the readings so far is this Spirit's hand coming in. Here, you're blocked. Here, you're blinded. But guess what? We transition into this. The hands are off the eye. The angels come in. There's deep, deep enlightenment. Oh, man, Leo. Very empowering time for you. Almost like a rites of passage. And what the relationships that can't connect or whatever, you're going to know why. You're going to just... It's going to be so blatantly obvious to you, why this happened, why this can't work, etc. That it's just, whatever the struggle was, it's not going to mean so much anymore. It's whatever has to be let go of, sacrificed, changed, reshaped, you're good with it. It's not this struggle anymore, okay? Here's the struggle, but then here's the shift. And we're looking at the last 2 weeks of February here. And these are just supposed to be general energies. So I'm like, my goodness. Let's pull some more cards for you guys. Wow. All right. So victim. Yep. This is where we're kind of deciding to do the noble thing. It's like, this is what I must do. And it doesn't feel natural, though, to you. It's like, this is what I must do. But it's not what you want to do. Yeah, and look at this. Reinvention, getting reshaped, seeing things totally different. So victim, reinvention, and then free will. Look at that, Leo. Yeah, this is, again, exactly what I just said with these cards. Here, we don't know what to do. Look at more hands. The first card that comes out of the Twin Flame Oracle is about hands, okay? Hands, the hand of Spirit being in your life, Leo. And even this, now open wide, hands open wide, under hands open wide, hands closed, eyes closed, hands closed, eyes closed, okay? Like boom, boom. That's just magic to me. Anyways, Leo, this is where you go from this energy feeling very restricted and like, okay, this is my path, this is my destiny, I'm going to suck it up, I'm going to make the best of it, I'm going to do whatever I got to do, and it's out of some obligation or commitment to a person, or this feels very like person to person, whether this is family member, this is friend, this is, you know, a group that you belong to. It's very personal, very attached to you emotionally somehow, some way. And this is what you go from, is where you don't feel that you have the choice. You feel restricted. You feel like this is the hand that fate has dealt you, and you're just going to make the best of it. And the thing is, Leo, you felt that way, or you feel that way because Spirit has blinded your eyes. Why? Because if your eyes were wide open, you wouldn't gain the spiritual lesson here. You wouldn't expand and reshape yourself, because through the process of surrender, that's when everything changes, okay? And then as that happens, you come into this place of realizing you always had a choice, and you always will have a choice. You are never trapped, you are never restricted, but you come to this understanding because the spiritual lesson has been gained by you and understood by you at your subconscious level. So Spirit, where your eyes have been intentionally blocked and closed, now the hands are off and you see everything for exactly what it is. And you're not fighting it though, Leo. I'm telling you, you're not fighting it. It's not a struggle anymore. Divine Feminine under the victim card. Patience under the reinvention process. And oh my goodness, look at that. Lessons under free will. Imagine that. So with Divine Feminine coming out under victim, I always associate Divine Feminine to the sacral chakra. And in this situation, when the sacral chakra is really out of balance, for the negative, like we could have self-esteem issues, very insecure, a lot of jealousy, feeling really small, not really understanding our place, lack of creativity, just, you know, that's the sacral is like the divine mother, the nurturer, the healer, the empath, you know, creative genius. And that's where the victim energy is sitting inside of you or inside of another person that you are connected to, where I feel restricted. I'm not creative. Like when I say not creative, that the creative energy is I don't see a way out. I don't see how to make this better. So I have to stuff myself down inside of me and do the right thing and make the best of this. And it's not that that's the truth, but that's like, again, Spirit has hands over your eyes, okay? And now after we surrender and decide I'm just going to do what I've got to do here, that's when the reinvention process begins to really unfold, and you have to have patience with yourself, because like I said, there was a lesson here at a soul level and it's been received, and you realize you do have a choice and you're seeing a way out because the veil has been lifted from your eyes. And look at this. We have return. We have cycles, breaking the cycle, and summer. Wow, Leo, look at that. So with the patience here, I was wondering if that was Spirit saying, look, even though we're covering this next 2 weeks, this is something that extends out much further than that. So this reading, honestly, Leo, if it's really speaking to you, this is a process and a cycle that's really unfolding now and is like complete in the summer, or that's when the veil is lifted, that's when the lesson is received, because we have the reinvention process as a cycle here, and we have to have patience with it. And then with the return here, sitting on top of the Divine Feminine, with the storyline that I'm going with, that to me is the return of the balance of your sacral chakra, where you are no longer, you know, feeling insecure and ungrounded and unsure and just unable to see, you know, the forest through the trees. But also, Leo, for those of you where this is about a relationship that has been separated, the reason for the separation, again, is Spirit's been working on you both, all right? There's no question in my mind. Spirit has been working on you both, and it's a process. It's a deep, deep process. And, you know, I feel any sort of real reconnection can't take place until around summertime. It's like by then the cycle is complete of lesson, healing, and reinvention. Okay, so I'm going to pull some clarity for each of these. All right, on victim, Four of Cups. Yeah, that's just like feeling like there is no way out. What's happening right now is like you're forever, and it's not, Leo. But you know, if that's what you feel, there's purpose. Like whatever's going on, there is deep purpose in it. And you know, it's kind of surprising to me that Spirit was so blunt and forward about, I'm blinding you. Like, I'm not going to show you everything. This is like a process of learning, or rites of passage, so to speak. And you know, if you were told everything and could see all the way to the end, you wouldn't, it wouldn't work out the way it's going to. So really trust that. Here we have the Queen of Swords under reinvention. I'm not surprised to see that with that card. And look at this, the Sun under free will. That's when all things are coming to light. And the Sun is a card I look to rule you in the tarot, because, you know, Leo is ruled by the Sun. So Leo, here's where Spirit takes the veil off and all things come to light. But more than that, you see the solutions, you see the way forward, you know what to do. And it's like deep healing, where you might be feeling kind of in despair, empty, numb right now, about whatever this particular thing is for you. By summer, you're not. It's the Sun. The Sun is shining once again. On Divine Feminine, we have the Seven of Cups. So again, this is that imbalance of energy in your sacral, but also with, this is attached to, you know, a relationship that you're separated from. You're thinking about this person a lot. They're thinking about you. There's a lot of fantasy going on. You know, what if this? What if that? Also in that, what was that? Where was I going to go with that? I'll come back to that. But Leo, there's more options, okay? You don't think there are, but there is options for you, especially with the Seven of Cups. Like, Seven of Cups is about options. And look at here, we have Temperance on patience. This is where you just surrender. Like I said, you just surrender to what is, and you are like, I'm going to make the best of it. And that's honestly the energy you need, because even if you're doing not exactly what you want or hope for, you're surrendered to the situation and what is, and I'm going to make the best of this, really balances out your energy. And look at that, Three of Wands, lessons, and it just puts you on higher ground after this is completed. And again, we have summer coming through very strong, and the World card starting the first lineup here, the return. Yep, Leo, after the cycle is complete and the world is a completed cycle, there is a return of energy for you, whether this is a person coming back into your life, or this is, you know, all the things that have been denied to you over the course of this lesson that you've been learning. Like, it's all returning to you in a very positive way. Yes, because look at here, we have the Star now, and this is healing sitting on top of cycles. So there's healings and there's wishes being fulfilled. And lastly, nice, look at, we have the Six of Pentacles. So by summer, and you know, June for Northern Hemisphere, summer starts June 21st. So I love that the Six came out. I would say by June, Leo, all of this cycle, whatever you're going through right here, is complete. And there's nice energy, healing, wishes coming true, coming in for you, because the work is over with. So I don't feel like I have to clarify a whole lot. If anything, really, your reading flowed quite well. but I will look right here at the Summer and Six of Pentacles just to dig a little deeper about what beautiful blessing Spirit is trying to bestow upon you. Okay, so we have the Two of Pentacles, so there's a joining of energies, two things coming together here. And we have the Seven of Swords, which, because this is positive, I think we're moving out of this energy for sure. Yeah, because look at, here's the King of Wands, which would be you all day. Leo, listen, everything is going to be okay. Whatever you're going through right now, and you feel stuck, restricted, blinded, unsure, and this could be big things or small things. It's really like the veil will be lifted. There's a deep spiritual lesson going on here. And let's see, you have 1, 2, 3, 4 major arcana cards sitting here. And let me see, yeah, because that's a pentacle. And so that's quite significant to me. And they're nice. I mean, they're all good ones. They're not scary. It's not the Tower. It's not the Devil. It's the Sun and Temperance and the Star in the World. So, yeah, Leo, things are going to get better. Things are going to improve for you. The veil will be lifted, and if you are somebody who is incredibly spiritual and you feel like your intuition or your abilities and connection to Spirit have been dampened, that's been intentional. Again, it's like this veil being put over your eyes, not out of punishment, but because Spirit really wants to take you to the next level on something. And in order to do that, there has to be an intense period of growth. So, okay, look at that. So your advice, we've got 4 here. We've got the Blue Jay. Be careful of choices that you make. And that's saying, you know, don't act upon fear. It's better to act upon surrender. Trust your own nobility. So nobility has come out twice, that actual word. So Leo, I know that there's some part of you that's motivated to do whatever you're doing because you feel like it's the right thing on some level, but deep in your soul, it's not what you want. And you feel that conflict, but coming into the surrender and saying, you know what, I'm just going to do the right thing, even if I don't agree with it, even if it's not what I really want, that's what I'm going to do. It's just puts you in such a different energy. Like, it's good things are going to happen. And again, this is over the course of between now and June. Next, we have the woodpecker. New rhythm is developing. Look at that. Could not be better said. And the last card, promises and hope and nesting. You see those eggs? Yeah, Leo, things are going to shift. Things are going to change for sure. So don't give up. Don't feel like Spirit has abandoned you or left you, or that there's anything wrong, or that, you know, the current situation that kind of has your energy in this place is like all there is going to be for you. That's just not the case at all. There is going to be a shift of energy. And again, it's not this struggle of it's so smooth. It's such a different vibe than I feel you've been dealing with. By the time you get to June, you just, everything has kind of fallen into place and you know what to do, and it's no longer like I must stay obligated to these things I don't really want. Like, you're free. The way out, the resources, the opportunities, whatever it is that's needed is going to be presented to you because you will have completed this cycle, this soul lesson, okay? So Leo, those are your messages. I'm wishing you all the best. Take care.